This year I've gotten a chance to really start to focus on some things that I've thought about before and really dig into them deeply. And some of the things I'm most excited about are a chance to work with some cross-content teams. We do that just kind of inherently in the way we set up our school, but we're talking about being more deliberate and finding ways that we can help students see how everything that they're doing applies to basically every other content area that they could think of in some way or another, and helping them see those natural relationships to help them understand how important some of the things they're learning are. Also, really, when we think about skills and those cross-content connections rather than just content, I think that really brings the learning alive for the students. And I'm really excited to be able to do that in those cross-content teams with some seminar-based learning rather than having a science class and then going to my math class and my literacy class or however it may be set up. But instead to have 20 minutes of how this is relating to my science content and then walking right over to one of my literacy facilitators and learning that same thing helps to continue that thought process of how real these connections are. And one thing I'm excited about doing also is bringing the badging systems into that. So helping students stay motivated, not only by the intrinsic motivations that are there, but hopefully giving them that extra little push to get started when they can see all the advantage or all the growth that they're making in a very quick way, rather than just looking at scores or feedback that I'm giving them. They're seeing something very, very tangible that's a badge.
Something that I'm very passionate about when it comes to students in the classroom is that students in the classroom are actually citizens in the world that they live in. So it's really important that they're able to tackle problems that they find in their own real world, and they're able to find solutions and talk to others and come up with solutions to those big problems. And something else that I'm very passionate about is that students should bring their own passions to the classroom, that should be the focus. There are so many things to learn within a content area, but across all different areas when you ask kids what they care about the most. So one example of kids being able to bring their passions to the classroom is our Writers Makerspace. So we took a writer's workshop and asked kids for their information writing, what they were really passionate about. And it evolved into these amazing projects that were bringing in all sorts of different curriculums within one space, the literacy space. And we got to see connections being made with other students teaching other students. And we've all really learned a lot about ourselves, the teachers and the students, as makers, as writers, as learners, and how discovery can really impact who we are as people.
And for our project in literacy, we're making a geodesic planetarium dome, which you can see behind us. And it's kind of like an indoor planetarium made out of geometric shapes. And for my part of the project, I'm doing a project on space theories. And some of the theories include warp travel, wormholes, and other things similar to that.
For my project in the geodesic dome, I'm doing a black holes. And what I learned about black holes is who found out all the things that we know about black holes.
For my part of the project, I worked on aurora borealis, and I learned a lot of stuff about what it's actually called and how people look at it and see it in the sky.
Also, for last, my part of the project is about Uranus and how NASA actually knows everything about it, being it so far away. And my part of the show and screening it will be a video of NASA talking about Uranus.
And did you guys get to choose your projects?
Yeah.
Yes, we actually got to choose them in literacy, and we're actually making something in literacy with hands-on activities.
Which is really quite cool, considering most people just think of literacy as reading books and writing. So
I don't think it's any secret that students learn best when they're interested in a topic. So therefore, by providing students with opportunities to pursue topics that they're interested in, it makes it a lot easier for them and they're more engaged. So anytime that I can provide students with the opportunity to go after something that they're passionate about while still meeting all of the targets and objectives that they have to meet, I find that the level of rigor and student participation is increased because they're interested in what they want to do. So providing them with the voice and choice is really the best way to get student involvement and achievement at a high level. One of the ways that we provided students with voice and choice was by implementing something called STEM Pathways. And this is a really cool program. Students have taken off with this one. It allows students to choose what they want to learn, when they want to learn it, and we give them the opportunities for how they want to learn it. STEM Pathways was developed in cooperation with the STEM U teacher, myself, and a world language teacher with guidance from our administration. Great program. Students have really jumped on it, and just providing students with this voice and choice in how they're learning with topics that are of interest to them has really increased their production this year.